All right, daily temperatures. Let's go. This is about stacks. So, given an array of integers called temperatures, these are going to represent the daily temperatures, right? So you got these temperatures here. You need to return another array that we're going to call answer, such that answer I is the number of days you have to wait after the ith day to get a warmer temperature. If there's no future day for which this is possible, keep answer I equals 0 instead. That sounds confusing, but pretty much what it is saying is, given this first I, how many days until the temperature increases? In this case, it's only 1 day. So how many days to this one increases? This one is 1 day, given, so that's 1, 1. So 75, how many days to this increases? It's not that one, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 4 days, 76, and so on and so on. And then once you get to a point where there's 0 days till it increases, such as 76, there's 0 days, and 73, there's 0 days, you get 0 and 0. All right, so how are we going to do this? We're going to use a stack data structure. Stack data structure is going to allow us to push and pop the temperatures that we want to grab. I think that's how I want to explain it. So let's start there. Let's start with creating a stack data structure. So in this case, we'll just use stack. I know in Java this is outdated, but we'll keep using the stack data structure. You should probably use in DQ data structure, but here nor there. Let's do stack, and it's going to be stack of integers, integer, and we'll call this stack equals new stack. There we go. Now you have a new stack data structure. All right, and also we need the answer, so we'll call this integer array called answer, and that's going to equal a new integer int array with the size of temperatures dot length and that should be good. And then we'll return answer. Just right now, I just want to make sure it returns all zeros. Maybe I spelled temperatures wrong. Yep. Temperatures. Cool. We got all zeros. And that's what we want, all zeros. All right, so now that we have all zeros and we have our stack, what we want to do is we want to look at this first one right here. And if it's nothing in there, if it's nothing in there, we need to add it. So we'll do while not stack dot is empty. So while this is not empty, we want to do something else. We want to add it. So that's what I want to do there. So I do stack dot push. We want to push this integer right here. Well, that index, I mean. So that index is going to be, what's the index going to be? Because I don't have a for loop. So the index is going to be I because I need a for loop. So let's do for int I equals 0 while I is less than it doesn't matter. We can do answer dot length I plus plus. Then you'll do the while while is the stack dot is empty is false. We'll do something, otherwise we're going to push stack dot push the we're going to push I. the index, which is I. All right. So pretty much saying if this is empty, push it. Push something. So if it's not empty, I'm going to do something. But if it is empty, I'm going to do something here, which is I'm going to push it on there. So in the first case, when we're going through it, the stack is empty. So it's going to push 73 on there. So now what we have to do is, since it's not going to be empty after we push it, we need to compare that to the next I. So it's going to be I is going to be 0. So 0 is going to be pushed on there. 73 is going to be pushed on there. And so once we go through it, again, the iteration is going to be 1. So now we're looking at 74. So while it's empty, and then we want to also see and temperatures at, let's call this where we're at I. If this is greater than, so if this new temperature is greater than this old temperature, so we have to do stack at, we'll call it peak, stack.peak. Yep. So if it's greater than stack.peak, whatever's at the top, so it's going to be that 73. If it's greater than that, then that means it's been 1 day. So then we can add that to our answer. So then that means answer. Oh, let's also do the difference, because we need to take the difference really. So the difference between this index and this index is going to give us what we need to add. So we can do int diff is equal to I minus stack.pop. And then we can say answer is going to equal, well, this difference really is going to be index. It's going to give me the index that I need, the index difference. So answer is going to be, well, we just do answer index what am I doing? Answer at, that's not what I want to do. Let's do peak here. Actually, well, since we got the index there, I still need the index. But this is the difference. But I don't want the difference. Let's do this. Let's do peak. So then we get the peak there. But we eventually need to pop it off as well. What am I doing? Index. So what do I want to get? I want to get the difference. I minus stack.peak, or I can use pop like I did the first time to actually knock it off the stack. And then I need to actually put that answer in there, because now that we have, this is the difference, not the index. Anyway, let's keep index. The answer at, because I need the answer at, not I need the answer at whatever was popped. But I've already popped it off, so I can't use it. And that's going to equal, it's going to equal in, I did this wrong. This needs to be difference. That's going to be my difference, and I'm going to use that for here. But I also need an index, and that index is going to be, let's call it index. Index is equal to stack.pop. And then the difference is equal to I minus that index. And then we can use difference. And then still keep our index there too. All right, so this is saying, so we start with 73. Going through I, starts at 0, and then while the stack is empty, not empty, well, the stack is empty right now, so it skips this whole thing, and then it just pushes this index on there, so it'd be 0. So we can come back to it. So 74 now, because now we've gone through it, the index I is equal to 1. So now we're here. So we're doing the same thing. Is the stack empty? The stack is not empty. And then now we need to look at temperature I. Temperature I is going to be here. 74 is greater than peak, which is here, which peak is just going to give me the index. So I need to do temperatures and then do stack peak there. So now that's going to actually let me see the number there instead of just the index, and then it is greater than it. So it goes down here and it says index is equal to stack.pop. So it pops that index, which will be 0. The difference now is I minus the index, so it'd be 1 minus 0 will give me 1, and then the answer at index, which is 0, will be the difference, which is 1. So I'll get 1 there. And then now it will push new I there, which is 74, and continue. And I think that's the answer. I hope. Let's go ahead, cross our fingers and see. I might have missed something. Oh, we're doing good. Let's see what we got. Okay. The runtime is not the best for some reason, but we got an answer.